Hi, I'm Tina Johnson. I'm the CEO of Keller Williams Market Pro Realty, and I'm here today with Chris Hinkle. He is one of the owners of True North, and True North has just partnered with Keller Williams, and we're super excited to have you guys partnering with us, and hopefully we can go far together, right?
Absolutely, we're excited as well. It's awesome to be a part of Keller Williams and such a great organization.
So, owning your own brokerage isn't easy. I've done it, I know. So what are some of the pain points that you were feeling prior to joining Keller?
I think some of our biggest things were systems. You know, at the end of the day, when I look back at everything, I think about how we can better help our agents be successful. And I felt like our limiting factor was the systems in which we had, not to mention the all the people within Keller Williams organization. I mean, the largest real estate company in the country, and having 175,000 of your favorite friends, that's also appealing. Just I think giving as much as we can to our agents to help them be the best them they can be.
Yes, love that, love that. So True North specializes in land, right? They also do residential, but land is where your heart is, right?
It
so
is.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you love land.
Well, my love for land kind of started at an early age. I grew up in Northeast Arkansas and grew up on a cattle farm. And, on that farm, my grandpa learned a lot of things. I learned how to do more with less. I learned about, calves being born every day, death. You learn about everything on a farm. And so when I moved over to Northwest Arkansas, I spent some time in the corporate world. And about 38, I was trying to figure out what was the most important thing for me in my life. And it come back to, land and my family and God and it just, all that kind of centered. And I made a career change in the middle of my life, and it was hard to do that, but land was what it came back to. And I wanted to be a land specialist, and I love to hunt, I love to fish, I love to give back to nature, and land was what it was all about. So I've made it my life long, not duty, but mission. Yeah, that's a good word. Mission to give back to the land. And so through real estate now, I can interact with hundreds of thousands of buyers and sellers of land, and I can consult with them how to better their land across the country, and just to look back at that and see the impact that that I've been able to have with folks, and to hear their stories of their properties and all that stuff. It just, I don't even know. I just don't even feel like I'm working each day. It's like I'm talking to all my clients, but now best friends, right? That, they're working on their farms, and they're making their farms better. And so for me, it gives back to me in more ways than one, not just from a standpoint of, is it providing an income for my family? Yes. But the gratification that I get from my clients working with their properties and having successes, it far outweighs anything that I could imagine.
So how do you think Keller Williams is going to help you even reach further with your mission?
Yeah, so I think, we don't want, in our brokerage, we don't want us to be the ceiling of where we're at. We want to grow our business, and we don't want to get stagnant. And, we just want to keep on growing. We feel that Keller Williams, with all the trainings, the processes, the systems that they have in place, that they're going to help us grow even more and reach hopefully a pinnacle that we've never been before. That's where we want to go, and we just feel like that together we can build it. And that's what I love about Keller Williams, right? It's never been about the me. It's always been about the us,
Right.
and how we're going to build it together. And everybody seems so willing. And I know that sounds kind of crazy that other real estate agents helping other people, they're usually in it for themselves, but what we found is that people with Keller Williams, it's a different mindset. It's more of a family, and how can I help you build your business? And we're going to build it together so that we're all successful. So I think that at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about all of us being successful.
Right. So here at Keller, we're always looking to bring on other great leaders and talented people like yourself. So we're super excited to have True North because we get 3 great leaders coming to our company and adding different value to your team and to our company, right? Mm-hmm. So you're a member of a board, correct? And how's your leadership? What does it look like on that board?
Yeah, so I'm a national board member for the National Wild Turkey Federation, and we have approximately 20 people across the country that's on that board. I serve with a lot of great men and women, and it's been an honor to serve on that board. So if you don't know what the National Wild Turkey Federation is, it's a nonprofit in which we work on conservation of the wild turkey across the country, and habitat enhancements, that kind of stuff. So how I got started with the NWTF was 23 years ago. A guy took me on a turkey hunt, and he asked me kind of what I did to give back to conservation and nature. And at the time, at 23, that wasn't the most important thing in my life, but I started thinking about that, and there wasn't really anything that I did directly that gave back to the things that I loved. And so when we got back from that hunt, me and a few friends, we started the first ever chapter of the National Wild Turkey Federation here in Benton County. And since then, we've been at it 25 years now. We've raised over $1 million for the wild turkey, and it's led me down this path in my life in which giving back to something is very important. And the NWTF is land based. They're all about people, volunteers, and the mission of restoration for the wild turkey across the country. And so just to be a part of that and be on the national board in which we can have some kind of impact on that is truly an honor. There's no money involved in me being on the board. It's a volunteer thing, but I love it. It's being something. It's always about being a part of something that's greater than yourself, right? So when you start thinking about this, even this move, to Keller Williams for us, it's about being a part of something bigger, and to play some kind of role in that, and the impact that we can have is pretty special.
Yeah, love it. Yeah. So, how many people are on your team?
So currently around 20 is what we have now. They're kind of spread out a little bit. Northwest Arkansas, we're serving really Northwest Arkansas, Southwest Missouri, Northeast Oklahoma. We have a gentleman in Southeast Arkansas that is there kind of right on the Louisiana line. But yeah, he's coming up this weekend. But yeah, he's a good guy, Stephen Harvey.
So when you were thinking about making the move, all 3 of you, what was your deciding factor? Was there a moment that you knew it was the right move? Was there one particular thing, or was it multiple things? Yeah,
so this process has happened over the course of the last, 3 years. When we first opened our company, we talked to Keller Williams at that time, and we wanted to try it on our own, so to speak. Yeah. We thought we could do this on our own, and we did that on our own. Yeah. And we were doing $60 million a year in business, and for our team, we were proud of that. Yeah, and so it wasn't a matter if we could do it. We knew we could. It was a matter of being a part of something bigger, and for the most part is making our not making, but having our agents with the tools that they need to be as successful as they can. So that was the main reason for coming over is that we wanted to promote the land game here in Northwest Arkansas and Southwest Missouri, and we still have residential agents, and you know what, they do good business, and we deal with land, and some of our agents deal with residential stuff, but just for us, it was about being a part of the greater team of Keller Williams as a whole. And then the support and the backing of that's probably the biggest thing is just that, Tina, you've consulted with me on different things to help me with my business. And I would say there's 10 or 15 of those people that I've met in the last 2 to 3 weeks that have done the same. And so, we're just this family, so to speak, that we lean on each other, we ask, we help each other, and I think that's what I like most about it, is that it's not a you do your business over here, I'll do mine over here. We don't play in the sandbox together. No, it's not that.
We grow together.
It's about that we grow together. Everybody grows together. So that I think being a part of the larger team is the biggest thing that I like about it.
So looking ahead, where do you see your team going in the next 5 years? Where do y'all want to be?
Yeah. So, I'm not really big on setting like money goals, because I think when you do all the other stuff right, that comes, right? So I want to invest in our agents, over the next 5 years. I want to invest everything that we have into our agents, because at the end of the day, Keller Williams is a great name, right? True North is a great name too, right?
Two great names together, right?
But what makes that name?
The agents.
The people. The people
Always.
Is what makes that name. And at the end of the day, it's about a person doing business with a person.
That's right.
Not a company, and not this. When they use me as an agent, they're using Chris Hinkle. Yeah, I'm wearing Keller Williams hat, but they're using Chris Hinkle to do that transaction, and that at the end of the day, it's about our people. So the way I look at it, we keep building this, working with our people, building that, we're going to be successful.
Yeah, and that's what makes you a great leader, because leaders always put their people first, right? And it's not for their gain, but it's for other people's gain. And we're just super excited to have y'all at KW, and your leadership here will only make us better, I think, both ways, right? We help each other grow.
Right.
So, we're super excited, and thank you for being on here and letting people know who you are and what you've done and how we've partnered together. And so I can't wait to see how far we go together.
All right. Thank you so much. Glad to be here.